Hello everyone and welcome to Playday 2 of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 1 group stage. We are back in Group A and this time it is going to be Firestrike, the dark green orc spawning in the bottom left corner of Secret Valley. One of the winners of Playday 1, and he's gonna face one of the losers of Playday 1, Deadman, who is one of the, I guess, one of the favorites in Group A, so the pressure is definitely on him if he wants to live up to his reputation and move on into the playoffs. And he's gonna start with Altar first and the Ancient of War creep here at the Null Overseer camp in front of his base, whereas Firestrike is going for a completely normal opening. Of course, Deadman in his first best of 3 against Fire didn't really get a lot of time to shine because the games were rather short. But maybe even more important, Firestrike's first best of 3 was the same matchup as this is, so I guess Deadman got a pretty good look at what it is he prefers to play against Night Elf. Then again, in the first best of 3, between Firestrike and Sase played, even for the time this game took place in, played some very old-fashioned styles, which, you know, contained like Dryads, Talents, and Mass Range, and Beastmaster Firelord, and stuff like that. And maybe his approach against some Mass Talents, which we are more likely to see here, is going to be different, but we'll find out about that. So no second burrow, no shop yet for Firestrike. He's gonna go for a very quick tech here apparently, which I think we've seen twice in this tournament, and well, except for when Humanic played against Creo, which were, you know, players which seemed like coming out of completely different leagues. But previously, I think once Firestrike played it and once Ciara played it, and so far I think it's always worked out pretty nicely. Lightning Shield for Deadman. Firestrike is gonna head straight across the map to do some harassment. I'm assuming he's not gonna be there in time to actually, you know, distract or punish the Demon Hunter for creeping this, so he's finished this a long time before the Blade Master arrives. In the meantime, Tier 2 is coming, second burrow as well as the Voodoo Lodge. And the Archer is gonna get to the Moonwells here. Tier 2 tech started for Deadman as well. Second Moonwell has to be used. I guess this Archer might be doomed after all, unless he can nicely micro around the Moonwells. But he's not even trying. Firestrike is not even trying to go for the kill on this Archer. It looks like the Grunt is not gonna get in range here of that Wisp. Of course, this is Secret Valley 1.1. So a little bit of an older version, so a couple of item drops are different, a few tiny details have been changed since then. So third Moonwell is coming, Firestrike trying to do more harassment. I guess he's gonna be able to cancel that one, but then again he doesn't have any mana, so yeah, he does get the cancel. I think actually Deadman could have been even more greedy here and take like one additional hit, maybe even 2 additional hits before cancelling it, but decided not to do so. Neither of the players does have the boots of speed so far. Tech-wise, by the way, slight advantage for the Orc as he went for that very greedy, very quick tech. And his harassment didn't do anything, he doesn't have any XP. And he might start creeping the fountain soon. One of the grunts, his second grunt out, of course, is delayed here because his second burrow was so late. He's just gonna head towards the Night Elf's main to do a bit of scouting. 4 archers out for Deadman already. So maybe we'll see a push on Tier 2 with like a Beastmaster second to do some damage against the economy. Maybe he's just gonna wanna have those when he goes into the late game. So Tier 2 is finished right now for Firestrike. He's getting the TC second, this time not the Shadow Hunter, and double Beastry again. So I'm assuming we were again going to see a lot of Raiders. And a Hunter's Hall by Deadman, okay. And Firestrike actually missed it thanks to the ridiculously short vision range units have during the night. And yeah, he probably isn't gonna expect this. He's probably gonna expect Talents here out of his opponent, but yeah, this Hunter Soil kind of tells us that that's not going to be the case. So boots and dust purchased by the Blade Master right now. Boots on the Demon Hunter as well. The archers are going to see the Blade Master coming. He's got no mana. He's going to try to go for the surround. Okay, at least he's getting the block done. He's getting plenty of damage done. Even more blocking with the archer. So Deadman showing some very nice micro here. And this also doesn't allow Firestrike to scout the very viable information that it's gonna be double Ancient of Lore for his opponent. No second hero so far by Deadman. Let's just check his altar very quickly. No keeper coming whatsoever. So he's gonna stay on only one hero, at least for now. He doesn't have the resources to get a second hero at the moment. And Firestrike, he's getting Ensnare. He's getting his 40 supply burrow finished just now. So he wasn't able to produce Raiders until just a second ago. Now he starts doing just that. So TC and Mass Raiders may be his answer potentially to Talons. But once he sees that this is gonna, you know, end in Bears by Deadman, I guess. Oh, is he gonna cancel the lore? Or is he gonna use like the Ancient of War? He's gonna cancel the lore actually, okay. Would have expected him to eat this tree maybe with this Ancient of War, but he doesn't want to waste a single second here apparently. And I was just about to say, once he realizes this is gonna end in Bears for his opponent, he is not gonna be able to fight that straight up with only Raiders, so this might turn into a hit and run kind of game. And the Ancient of Lore being reproduced right in front of Deadman's main base, on the very bottom of his main base. Both the Orc heroes now approaching level 2. Second boots of speed for the Blade Master. Maybe he's gonna pass it to the TC, maybe he's gonna sell it. I mean, once he's got the Endurance Aura, which is right now, then he doesn't really need a second pair of boots of speed. Demon Hunter level 3 already. It's pretty nice creeping by Deadman. Got the greater Invo potion there in the middle. Of course, he's getting bonus experience because he's on tier 2. Now even gonna be on tier 3 with only a single hero. So I think on tier 2 you get 10% bonus XP, and on tier 3 I think 15 for playing a single hero. So his Demon Hunter will boost in terms of levels very quickly. 3 Raiders out right now, 4th one coming, so this Demon Hunter might be forced to even use the town portal. There is actually rejuvenation available already. Second bear is in production. Of course, Deadman suffers. Oh wow, that round wasn't close. Of course, Deadman suffers a lot from the fact that he had to cancel that lore. He could have one additional bear out on the field right now and, you know, higher bear production. But still, the damage output of Firestrike wasn't even enough to take down this Demon Hunter, 2 bears and a couple of archers. Even though the bears weren't even master yet. So, let's see, is he doing a tech switch or anything? He's getting a Wormel, getting pillage right now. So yeah, this is gonna turn into a hit and run and base trade kind of game. Like, there's no doubt about that. That was pretty obvious once, you know, we saw the strategy choices by both of the players on tier 2. Boots of Kel'Thuzad for the Blade Master, which of course is gonna be helpful for him in case he wants to pass that eventually. And he's running right into the army. Master Bears are finished in the meantime though, and he's morphing those immediately, and Firestrike is not gonna want to fight this. Pulling back with his army right now towards the middle. 5 Raiders out, 6 Raiders out. I mean, he could... Okay, he's going for the DH. He wants to force the town portal. Actually, there is rejuvenation available. The Raider is coming in right now. There's also still a greater heal potion on the Demon Hunter. So the best he can hope for is to force that out of his opponent. And I guess he's gonna be able to do so. Yeah, that's what he's achieving here. And now he's gonna have to pull back again. No new rejuvenation on the Demon Hunter. That's a bit surprising in my opinion. Deadman going through his bears right now and morphing one of them, getting the rejuvenation on the Demon Hunter. Dried reinforcing, of course, pretty important to slow down these raiders, to be able to kill them. Another one is gonna fall here, and the Demon Hunter already boosting. Okay, actually it's not falling. He's scroll used by Firestrike, and the Demon Hunter already boosting towards level 4. Guess a keeper second could be very helpful to Deadman. He just needs to make sure to like have a staff of preservation on the DH and, you know, heal potion, immo potion on the keeper, so it can't get sniped out very quickly. So some splitting of the army here. I mean, eventually, no, he's staying tier 2. I was about to say, like, eventually he could try and go for an expansion as well, together with this, but his natural hasn't been crept yet, and there's a scout there by Deadman, so he is handling this very well so far. And he's very aware of where Firestrike probably is right now. Just poking towards the top there to see if Firestrike was going for his main again, which isn't the case so far. And now continues to creep here. Let's see what he finds this time. I guess another greater heal potion or big invo potion would be great. Greater mana potion doesn't really do a lot for Deadman. He's selling it immediately. In the meantime, more wisp being produced. No Nature's Blessing so far, which is a bit surprising to me, given that there's a good chance that his ancients will be under attack sooner or later. But, alright. Deadman, of course, does have the town portal. One heal scroll, one protection scroll, and there's the first big push inside of the Night Elf main. And he's immediately gonna town portal. Let's see if he's gonna be able to get anything killed. Of course, without the Talents, it's really hard for the Night Elf to chase down anything. All he's got at this point is the one Dryad, which actually slows these raiders. And with the Endurance Aura, you know, it's just very easy for raiders to escape because they are so fast just naturally, and they have the speed boost of the aura. So Deadman killing his own archers right now. Looks like he wants to make some space. I'm assuming maybe for more Dryads or for a second hero finally.
Research finish. Research finish.
No, it's just 2 more Dryads, so he's sticking with this solo Demon Hunter. Blade Master winning a bit more time for the rest of his army to creep the fountain at the top. Of course, these fountains are also very helpful when doing hit and run, so Firestrike can just, you know, be chased, or let himself be chased by Deadman all the time. So keeping him busy while sending these low HP units back to the fountain. Actually, he could have ensnared that Red Drake there, but he didn't know where the Night Elf army was, so he could have been creep checked there quite painfully. So going for the safe route here, especially like it's nighttime, so his vision range is ridiculously small. I feel like he should maybe ensnare the Dryad here. Decides to ensnare the bear, so that might cost him one of his raiders. The slow on this one is probably gonna run out. No, actually he's gonna get both of the raiders killed, and the third one microed. So more and more damage dealt here. The Blade Master's coming with the speed scroll, so only one raider is gonna be taken down. Actually, both of the raiders fall here, thanks to one nice Dryad shot through the forest with the spear. Okay, and he's switching into a unit composition with which he's gonna eventually be able to fight. I think this is a mistake because the Dryads will just slow this Kodo, and it's gonna fall if he pokes too far. So he's going in again. Okay, just isn't paying attention. Now the Kodo's gonna fall. And Deadman is going to town portal though because of another attack by his opponent. So TP's being exchanged. Let's see, one Dryad's gonna fall. The Raider survives, so that's, I guess, the best Firestrike could have hoped for. And once again, he's going for this Kodo Beast Raider combination. Let me just think for a second. I think it was on Tarina's stand where Sase tagged up to tier 3 as well, and it was looking like he was gonna go for bears, and then there were like Kodos in place immediately, and Ancient of War here could be killed if Firestrike wanted to, but it looks like he's gonna go straight for the base again. And yeah, the last time on TS this worked out pretty nicely as well for Firestrike. Not so sure how well it's gonna go this time, especially given that this Demon Hunter is quite a machine already. And once Firestrike commits to a straight up fight, this one is gonna get closer and closer to level 6 very quickly. So one Ancient of Lore falling here. The Dryad can be healed on the Moonwell. Okay, he does heal the Dryad at the Moonwell in time. Therefore only TP is being exchanged. The PN here getting tiny amounts of gold thanks to pillage. And Firestrike has to reproduce burrows. He lost this one earlier on. He's got plenty of gold saved. Once again, he's gonna try and circumvent his opponent, who's heading down towards his natural expansion right now, killing the PN. And actually he's creeping here. Okay, I was about to say that he expects Deadman, you know, to go around the bottom, attack his base again, and at the same time he's gonna wanna attack Deadman's base again. It looks like he's gonna go for a bit of creeping first and then maybe go for another attack. He's got 2 heal salves, which he can use on 2 raiders probably. And he's got another town portal, which he's gonna wanna exchange because he's gonna wanna spend his gold. Deadman also saved up 600 gold already though. Second Ancient of Lore is not being produced at all as it appears. And he's gonna find the orc here, and I think, like, if he does it right, he might be able to force a town portal. Firestrike just hiding behind the fountain right now. Deadman should head towards the... Yeah, Deadman's trying to cut off Firestrike right here. Firestrike, apparently for now, making the best out of this little mind game situation. Takes down the Red Drake, gets a Linehorn of Stormwind. Blade Master is still not level 3, but this time his army is going to be quite out of place. So if he's going to go for a counter attack again, then Deadman is going to be able to do a lot of damage before being forced to town portal. And Firestrike still hasn't pushed over 50 supply. I think he should start producing right now before the burrow goes down. Oh, and he decides not to do so apparently. Yeah, he lets the burrow go down with 1100 gold. I think this was a huge mistake because right now he's gonna be supply blocked for even longer. Actually, 2 bears in the stomachs of this Kodo. Second burrow gonna fall in the meantime. Town portal is gonna be exchanged again. Let's see if this raider's gonna fall this time. It actually isn't. And he actually, okay, left 1 bear here. This might be the bear coming out of the Kodo when it died. So Blade Master level 3, Kodo about to devour the second bear here, so, you know, still looking fairly even. Like, Firestrike definitely needs to win more time here, and the problem is just the Demon Hunter. Like, every unit he loses right now is gonna be so painful, and as you can see, like, he's gonna get a ton of XP for this one. Just thanks to the bonus XP, Demon Hunter using the staff here, getting new town portal maybe, probably, or nothing, just being there to support the rest of his army against the orc. Firestrike blocking himself here.
Work complete.
Okay, now finishing more burrows. The raider, the Kodo Beast has finished digesting this. Oh, big mistake again. Has finished digesting this bear, and another raider's gonna fall. I mean, the vision is nice. I mean, oh, what's he doing? Okay. Both of the players making quite a mistake here. I mean, the vision is quite nice. I mean, as long as a unit is ensnared, the orc is gonna have vision around it. So he sees where the Night Elf army is heading. But still, like, giving that bear away in return, that raider away in return, which should have been the case.
We're under attack.
If Deadman didn't screw up. Or if Deadman hadn't screwed up, then that wouldn't have been worth it. And both of them still sitting at 50 supply. Like, this is... Okay, now Firestrike is breaking. Because Firestrike, as long as he doesn't break into low upkeep, it doesn't matter if Deadman does, because Firestrike is not going to be able to win a fight. 1 Dryad's going to fall, 1 Raider, 2 Raiders falling in return, and the Dryad even survives. And this game is shifting more and more into Deadman's favor here. Firestrike at 52 supply. He's got 3 Kodos out. Number 4 and 5 are gonna come out as well. And number 6 and 7 will be in production in just a little bit. So he's gonna be able to eat plenty of units here. The problem is just that the Kodos aren't gonna be able to do too much against this Demon Hunter. Like, if he can overcome this Demon Hunter somehow, it might not look too bad for him, because it's 6 bears, it's 5 Kodos at the moment, it's going to be 7 Kodos soon. More and more Moonblast coming by Deadman. That's a unique base, to say the least. Of course, makes it very hard for the Raiders when coming in from here. So kind of, you know, forces Firestrike to march around the top of the map when doing his little hit and runs. And then trying to go in the back there, go for the Tree of Eternity, potentially. Alright, and Deadman apparently doesn't want to fight here. Heading back, getting more... Oh wow, he's getting the XP tome and level 6 with that. Which is, like, huge is an understatement, of course. So no matter what Firestrike does right now, like, fighting is gonna be so hard. The main's gonna run out in about a minute. And of course a bit more XP for the Orc Heroes. Medallion of Courage for Firestrike. What else did the team have to get? The Crystal Ball. And immediately reveals the red camp down here, and he sees that the Orc army is there, that plenty of raiders and one of the Kolos is on low HP. He sold the Crystal Ball, didn't buy anything. And now going for the fight. 150 mana burn, and Firestrike's completely outpositioned. He decides to town portal immediately, splitting his army off. Does Deadman realize that? Apparently he does, and this is so horrible for Firestrike. He doesn't have a town portal here. I mean, he's got the fountain in his bag, which is nice and everything, but he's facing tons of bears with only half his army. So first bear being devoured here. Metamorphosis used by the Demon Hunter. TC immediately out of mana. The Blade Master is back, going for the first ride. The rest of the Kolos are coming in right now, but the first two Kolos are about to fall already. And Firestrike is probably just gonna lose everything here, as it looks like right now. Demon Hunter Blade Master didn't bring a new town portal, so he is forced to fight here. He cannot outrun this at the moment, as it looks like. Another raider falling, only one raider remaining at the moment. The Demon Hunter completely untouched, and now it's even Deadman with some decent positioning here, fighting with the heal fountain in his bag. The Kodos eating bears, actually 1, 2, 3 bears have already, 4 bears have already been eaten, but there's still so many alive, and one Kodo after another is going down. Level 7 on the Demon Hunter. The Kodo is going to die here as well, and now the Demon Hunter is going to be in trouble. There's the GG by Firestrike. Go Echo Isles, that's going to be the second map here, and then he leaves the game. Deadman taking the first game. As I said, I guess he expected Talons here, or at least, you know, not bears. And, you know, the... how long is this going to last? Just going to speed up here a little bit. So the raider choice on tier 2 with the TC against the bears and the very quick tier 3 tag, and the fact that it wasn't scouted by the Blade Master, even though he was very close during the night with his vision, just led to the game developing the way it did. And, you know, for a while I thought there was a chance for Firestrike to take it, but then once the Demon Hunter hit level 5, like, Firestrike just made one little mistake after another, giving away a unit here and there, getting the Demon Hunter closer and closer to level 6, and I guess he waited a little bit too long before breaking into low upkeep. Like, at one point he had like 1,170 gold or so, and he could have started producing, and he didn't, and that just gave the Demon Hunter more and more time, more and more experience. It gave Deadman more and more time to gather more bears, and then it was just too much in the end. Of course, the Tome of XP helped a lot as well as the town portal there in the end by Firestrike, which, you know, of course, put him in a horrible spot. And then it was just enough for Deadman to take it.